Hey, Walking Dead fans, Calmfirenate here to talk about episode 6 in season 7, Swear. Now, I only got about 6 moments today, and I'm going to make it real quick, but overall, this episode was kind of interesting, and I know a lot of fans are at the point where they're like, man, I'm getting really sick of this first half of the season. I mean, episode 1, it just smacked us over the head, literally, and now we're kind of left wondering, what the heck's going to happen? You're kind of feeling like, man, this is really dragging out. Well, it did so in the comics, but I'm telling you guys, it's almost there. We're almost past it. These next 2 episodes, I think, will be really good. It's going to lead up to a really good, epic season 6 mid-season finale, and then the next half, I promise, is going to be so much better. So let's get started talking about it right now. Moment number 1, the longest 2 weeks ever. These guys have been on a 2-week run, and man, doesn't it seem like it's been like, I don't know, about like 8 or 9 months? Well, it's in reality. We know the whole reason why they did this is because actually the 2 actors had something else to do. The lady that plays Tara was actually having a baby, and the guy that plays Heath, well, he had some scheduling conflicts. He's on another show, and he's in the process of recording. So they have been gone, and now they're finally back, and you realize that this entire 2 weeks they've been gone, they really haven't found anything. And they're looking, they're trying to search, they're trying to figure out what to find, and they run into some trouble. But on to moment number 2. We're seeing things kind of taking place from Tara when she remembers the current time and then what happened on the 2-week journey. But we see that Tara kind of wakes up, she's being helped out, and she stumbles into this new community. And this new community is a new community known as Oceanside. Oceanside. This is a big deal in the comics. This is another community that helps come together to rise up against Negan. This is important. I know you're like, man, how many more communities? This is it. This is the last community we're going to see. So at least you can look forward to that. But moving on to moment number 3. And that is, oh, wow, look at all those guns. How convenient. Don't we need guns? Of course we need guns. These guys are laid out. They got tons of guns. I mean, these are all women. Where's the men? We'll find out about that a little bit later. But they have all these guns, and that's exactly something that our community in Alexandria needs. They have something they can bring to it besides just a bunch of salted fish. Gross. But what is interesting is that you find out what exactly happened to all the people. All the men died, and they all died fighting Negan. So we realize that the Savior's stretch really is huge. They are a massive network of people, and they have messed with so many different communities. You see how they've affected Kingdom. You see how they've affected Hilltop. And now you see how they affected Oceanside. So now we're left wondering what's going to happen that's going to finally bring them together to rise up against Negan. Moment number 4, and that is the Sandwalkers. Man, these things were cool. They were coming out of the sand. They were all dried. It was interesting to see what they would look like without that moisture, and they really looked crazy. I know a lot of people saw those in the thing and thought, man, what is up with these walkers? They look different, and they did. They really did. But you also got to see what happened with Heath. You saw that Heath kind of looked like he kind of was leaving Tara, but he did come back. He did help her. But it was interesting in that moment where she's walking around and she's trying to find where he is on her way out. And you kind of think that's Heath, but then you turn around and you realize it's not Heath. So as she's still trying to look for Heath, she finds the spot where the little RV was, and she finds his glasses. And this moves into moment number 5, and that is, where is Heath? Now, we don't know where this guy has gone. We see that he's driven away. His glasses are broke. And then she finds a card, this weird-looking card with 3 P's on it. Okay, what is that? Is that maybe another one of those Savior outposts? Is it a card to get in? Does that mean the Savior's having? We don't know. But again, that's going to be another question, and we're going to have to wait to find out, is where in the world is Heath? Moment number 6, and that is Tara returns to Alexandria with a world of bad news. Her girlfriend Denise is dead. You know, her friend Glenn is dead. Abraham's dead. And she's left there just completely blown away by the fact she's only been gone 2 weeks. How much bad things happen in 2 weeks. But Rosita was wanting her to know, do you know of anything out there? Any place where there's guns? We need some guns. But she keeps her promise not to tell about the Oceanside. But the question is, how long will this take? How long will it take for her to finally realize that they need to convince Oceanside to get in the fight and help them have the guns? Well, overall, this is a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it. Again, it was more of a setup episode, but I feel like from here on out, guys, we should be getting more action episodes. No more kind of setups with all these different communities. We're going to be right into the mix of it. The next, just 2 more episodes. That's all we got for this year. And then we'll start up again next year. But I promise you that these next 2 are probably going to be so much better than the rest of them. And whole next half of the season is going to be so much better, guys. So look forward to it. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Keep watching. Until next time, we'll see you later.